Hey, Yolanda and Sandra. Okay, I wanted to show you the workbook that we got in third grade. I just got it in the mail like a day ago, and I think it's going to be an awesome resource for doing some intervention groups. I'm actually like even more hopeful about it than I was at the beginning. I was kind of like, oh, it's a workbook. It's not going to be awesome, but it's something, and parents will like having a supplement resource. But I actually think in this crazy time we're in, it's going to be really nice to have something to like lean back on. And just the fact that if we want to do it like these intervention small group video chats, that there's actually something they can all like tangibly have in front of them, especially for doing like reading. So we ordered these like Brain Quest ones. So, Yolanda, you might have gotten it in the mail for Sophia already. So we did order third grade for everyone. I made the exception for VNA in my class who has an IEP to do a second grade one. Sandra, I didn't send one to Evelette yet because that's not appropriate for her. And so I wanted to wait until we had her conference to kind of talk to mom, see how she's feeling, to see if she would want a workbook as a supplement. I didn't know if a workbook would be super appropriate. So I wanted to kind of talk as a team before I sent one to their house and like overwhelmed them. But for the intervention group, I think this would be a really good launching point. I'm sorry, I'm distracted because like, why is it snowing outside? I'm like looking out my window and I'm so sad. So I just wanted to show, so like the sections on reading, I think will be really nice for an intervention because it has a short passage that you can use as like, almost like the LLI type thing. Obviously it's not as good as LLI, but like in this world we're in, to be able to like read the passage, whether it be like the 3 read, like I read, we read, you read, whether we do like chunking it and doing some fluency work. And then there's like a corresponding like lesson that goes with it. So like this one is about sequencing, which somebody like Tatiana might need who's reading at a level of GH. But then other kids, might be able to do like some of the other ones that have comprehension questions. So I guess, I'm just thinking the fact that like if you were to video chat with 3 students and kind of be leading an intervention group, the fact that like everyone can open up to the same page, read the same passage, and then have some sort of goal in mind, whether it be a decoding. And so you're going through and picking out all the ED words and we're talking about endings, or doing some comprehension checks. These ones over here, it's a folk tale. And then there's like a bunch of comprehension check. And so being able to like walk through that together, stop and notice, having them read aloud with fluency. I think there's just like a lot of potential of where we can do with it. My kind of initial thought is that like since this is on grade level, it actually might be not the best intervention resource in regards to like the level of reading. But I think it's a launch point so that we can get them started and they have exposure. And then if you 2 are working on this and you notice like, yeah, I think the format works well, but the passages aren't the best, then I will go ahead and send a second grade one to those intervention kids. But I think before we spend the money on that, let's see if this resource works for us, and what you all feel about it and think about it and using it. There's also not like a ton of reading passages specifically for reading. Like, I mean, there's maybe like, well, I shouldn't say that. There maybe is like 20. So that actually should be enough. Because if, let's say we did, ideally a reading group, the same like 3 or 4 girls that I've identified, and they're in one group and they talk twice a week and they can use that same passage the whole week. So it'd be like each week, maybe they look at a new passage. So that way the first day, similar to maybe what we might do in school, the first day might be like the cold read. It might be like you stop and notice certain decoding strategies. There's like a little mini lesson you've identified or some vocabulary work we've identified. They have a chance to like maybe read with fluency out loud to the group. And then, the second day can be more like comprehension, read again, those types of things. So we can identify some of those goals, but I just wanted to show you the resource, get your initial feedback. I'm supposed to be conferencing with parents right now. I've not had any that have actually showed up for the time slots that they signed up for yet. So I'm hopeful that my conversations with parents today, that I can like show them that, talk about the opportunity for them to like be part of these small groups and have them like as much as possible commit to their child being on the computer, let's say like every Tuesday, Thursday at 1:00 for a reading mini lesson, is my goal. So I want to show you that. Let me know what you think, and I'll keep you posted throughout the week with what I hear from parents, because if we can, I think launching this next week would be awesome. All right, I hope you all are being snugly warm at home as it snows. Talk to you later. Bye.